this being running straight towards all of you, one dagger in each hand, begins to move faster and faster and faster.
I have some oil in my bag.
Do you want to throw some oil out there?
And it's just like, just whoosh, 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 and there's like a pattern to it, but like one slice eventually hits.
You have no bloody clue what this woman can fucking do, mate.
Just like a slash across the face, you know what I'm saying? Like just going for whatever. Just, you know what I'm saying? Just going.
You now see two large red eyes glow from inside of the skull.
How about you guys take care of the big thing? I'll try and take care of the little things.
There's no flesh for me to scratch at, so we're just gonna, bing, bing. We're gonna give him the old four-piece meal here, if you will.
Nobody knows what Ormith seeks.
I want to throw a dagger at her. From across, I just want to kill her. Just bing.
How can we retrieve an artifact for a man that's also simultaneously putting contracts out for our death? I'll spit on the floor.
What is cracking, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Songs from the Abyss, where five people fight the people that are supposed to be fighting the other people, but we're fighting them anyways. I am your Dungeon Master, aka your daddy mommy, Ernell Pearson, alongside of my five bestest friends in the world. It is firstly Devin, Brevin, the dude.
What did that five people fighting the people that are supposed to be fighting the people mean?
I mean, you're fighting people. You know what I'm saying?
We're fighting the people.
Okay.
Like Moonwind said, you're fighting the people. it was teetering Italian.
Irish Italian.
Yeah, that wasn't Irish.
You're fighting the people. we also have
the people.
Our baby boy. It is DJ Simpix.
What it do, man?
Hey, you find the people. You fight the people. give me the gobba people. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Italian hand. We also have my little Thai peanut. It's Xander.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, what's poppin', dude?
Cheers.
Oh wow,
Or
yes, the Guinness. Is that Guinness?
Mm-hmm.
I know Guinness when I see it. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I have actually been like diving deep into House of Guinness on Netflix. It's actually really good. It's really good.
We also have our Hellfire and Brimstone. It is Garrick Bartholomew Eaton.
Hi.
Hello, kind sir. Hello, my good sir. We also have our bestest friend, Pub Master Tracks, aka Sam.
Really good thing that I have a stress ball because of you motherfuckers.
Yeah, you're telling me, man. I'm the DM, dude. I gotta get me a stress ball. Never mind. I'm not gonna go there. Never mind. We'll just glaze right over that bad boy. Guys,
Brother, I think I got a little snot in my Guinness.
we are here. We are back for all of you fine folks. I am going to do our housekeeping correctly this time. For all of you, we have episodes of shows that you can go watch. They're on youtube.com/goodkrakenpods. Whatever episodes are out, when this episode comes out, you can go watch them there and you can be caught up on all that. But by the time that this episode comes out, you can go back and watch some of the other stuff that we do, like our Game Awards live reaction, our Game Awards predictions episode, our Game of the Year episode, our Movie of the Year episode. You can go watch that. That's all going to be on YouTube and your podcast service of choice by the time this episode comes out, because we are future proofing. And then there will be an episode of DJ just fucking killing people in video games, but stark ass naked.
Yep.
You can't see all of it, but like he's like naked. You don't know it, but he's naked.
You'll know.
Good. He's got his hair slicked back.
But
He's
the
a
only
killer.
reason we can get away with it is because it's flagged as AI. So
Correct. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And it goes to like how, like, fun fact for all of you guys, during Game Awards, we all wear like our jackets and stuff to celebrate. Boxers, all of us boxers on the lower half.
That's why you guys wear boxers? I wore a thong.
I call them boxers.
Oh,
I call them boxers. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's okay. That's okay. We'll get there. But anyways, yeah, when this episode comes out, we'll also be done with our vacation. It'll be well into the brand new year. So welcome to 2026. Good Kraken. It'll be some good stuff. We likely will be having Good Kraken Week or Good Kraken Fest, GK Fest, by the time that this episode comes out too. If this is past that point, which I think mathematically that would make sense, you can go back and watch.
This is a lot of math.
Yeah, well, you can go back and watch the festivities there as well, youtube.com/GoodKrakenPods, where we celebrate Good Kraken and our 5th year anniversary in 2026.
Good Lord.
5 years, baby. 5 years.
Gross.
Feels good.
Good Lord. We're entering kindergarten, man. We're
Sometimes.
getting the.
Feels good sometimes.
Oh my God.
Anyways, let us get into the nitty gritty, boys. During your last session, the hooded woman leaps into attack. You all stood your ground, defending yourselves from her onslaught of attacks towards you. A nearly fatal blow is casted upon her. That is, until she conjured a spell within the room, summoning the hulking skeleton of a minotaur and 4 lost souls in the form of wisps to aid her long enough to disappear once more. The battle raged on, with you all taking down the bull skeleton, but your morale began to lower as the wisps quickly became a mountain of an obstacle. As hope was nearly lost, Boris's realization that his hunter's mark was still sensing the woman nearby began to chime. He struck her down, and her collapse causes the souls of the wisps to dissipate. On her final breaths, she expresses that she does not know the inner workings of Ormit's desires and that she only works for him. But before she can explain any more, Jackal's impatience gets the best of him as he buries his dagger into the side of her fucking head. Good fun call on that one. Falcon explains that the woman's name was Sakra, and that she's a bounty hunter with necromancer abilities. Cloud and Leon pillage the newly made corpse, finding some gold and knives, but more interestingly, a scroll with the symbol of a moon and stars above your poorly sketched faces. You all tuck Sakra's corpse into a nearby sarcophagus and decide it's time to now catch some much-needed rest before journeying back to Phandalin. And as the moonlight shines through the blown glass windows of the manse, your heavy eyes shut and the sounds of the outside world crawled away. My good sirs, before we kick things off today, for today's session, Boris has heroic inspiration.
Fuck, man, I wanted it.
Boris, I shall. Oh, you already applied it. Thank you, good sir. I appreciate you. You are very fast. You are very fast. And now we can go ahead and let ourselves begin. The sound of birds and foxes from outside of the manse's walls teeter between the cold cobblestone around all of you. And as you awaken, you feel a sense of lightness in your arms and legs. The soreness and aches you would normally expect from such a long series of battles and dangerous escapades is all but non-existent. And as you begin to sit up, and you can feel a calm energy within you, like a small controlled pit of fire within your stomach. All is well, at least for now. But that small bit of peace seems quite earned after what you all have experienced since arriving in Phandalin just days ago. And as you all start to shift up from your sleep, I ask simply, what do you guys do?
I'm gonna look at everybody. Well, Ormit's definitely not making this easy for us. It appears he's trying to kill us while also making us go search for an artifact, but yes, still threatens to destroy Phandalin?
The whole thing seems honestly really contradictory. Like, fuck that guy. Like, let's go find whatever the fuck this asshole wants back in Phandalin, which is still probably a day's march or more from here. So I'm just gonna start preparing, getting myself all ready to go, and checking my person and making sure I'm just ready to head out.
One thing that's curious, though, is the markings on the map. Do we all head back to Phandalin together?
Absolutely. The marks on those maps can stay on those. They'll still be on that map at a later date.
Maybe it's time to have Phandalin evacuate.
Gotta get to Phandalin to tell him that. Let's get going, friends.
Also, I think there's some gold that we can retrieve from the mayor, Harbin Wesker.
You might know something about that.
I say
did
that's a conversation you guys have to have, because I don't know nothing about that. That was an arrangement you guys made.
I'm just saying, we did find his brother.
You're all getting paid for this bullshit.
We're trying to
You
get
wanna-
paid.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
It's kind of
But
why we're
Falcon-
here in the first place.
Would you accompany us as your lodge has been destroyed?
Well, okay, lad. Well, see, that's the problem, is I don't have a lodge anymore. And I can deliver you as far as the wood's edge, but I can't go much further from there because I gotta make sure these silly cunts back here are actually going out of my woods. And nobody else is here to defend them besides, yours truly here. So, you're going to Phandalin, I gotta stick around.
Well, Falcon, that's understandable. But there may be some loggers that may be able to help you rebuild.
It's quite the query, lad. I guess point me the way. What are they at?
That would be Phandalin.
Oh, fucking bloody hell. Okay. Well, I suppose I could probably tag along to town and see what I can collect from them. Maybe get a job going for them and talk to the Harbin himself.
I think that would be the best course of action, as Harbin Wesker's brother that we did rescue was the head of the logging camp that we went to earlier that was destroyed by the orcs. So this could be beneficial for not only them, but also you.
Right. No, that makes sense. All right, I guess I'll tag along, make sure your boys are staying out of trouble without, good old Falcon around, and yeah, I can come with you back to town.
I'm gonna pat him on the back. It's always good to have another bow at our side.
And when you do, there's this large gust of dust that pats off the back of his fur coat each time you pat him again on the shoulder. Falcon's very obviously in need of a good bathing at this point. He says, fucking hell, I guess we're going through hell and back then. Probably wouldn't be a bad idea to get a shower while we're around as well, huh?
I know just the place for you.
The town, right? I'm assuming. Yeah. Okay. We can do that.
There's a tavern we quite fancy.
I like a good tavern, my friend. Moonwind, Jackal, and Boris. What are you three doing?
I think Moonwind's still asleep, so Jackal's gonna see him and kind of just like lightly tap him, like with his foot, like, "Hey, bro, Mike, wake up."
And I want to reach up towards Jackal activating my shocking grasp, but stopping at the last second.
Can I dodge and put him in a chokehold? Just kidding.
You can if you'd like to. Go ahead and roll me acrobatics check. Absolutely, man.
Acrobatics? Oh, you're screwed. You're screwed.
Wait, hold on. Can I counter this?
You already made your move, man. This is my response.
So this is technically you countering.
That's
So
true.
if he can get around a certain, well, yeah, let's have you do an opposed acrobatics check as well.
Like all right. Okay. Acrobatics. All right. 23.
23?
23.
What the fuck? I got 16, dude. You won that. You won
He was
that.
talking all that shit. He was talking all this shit. He's like, you're so
brother, I have a plus-
check
I have a
his
plus five
dice,
acrobatics.
bro. Check his dice. Check his. He's new. He bought new dice. He bought new dice. They're loaded. They're loaded. He bought new dice. They're loaded.
Get out of here, Moonwood. Moonwood, how do you want to duck and dodge and dip and dive for this?
So okay, I just to paint the picture. So I come up with my hand kind of going for his throat, kind of going for like a chokehold. And so how, DJ, explain to me, how are you going about it?
I'm batting your hand away, and then like I'm
Okay.
like ducking under, and then like trying to give you like a rear neck choke. You understand?
Okay, so as you bat my arm away and you duck, you do the little duck and you come back up. I literally just go in with my left hand and then grab your neck.
Okay.
Do we see that? We obviously see all this happening.
Yes,
right?
obviously, yes. You all.
All right, can I sweep his legs now? Can I sweep his leg?
No.
No,
Just
you
hear me out here.
You. I mean,
We don't need this to
Can
go
I
on
counter
any
the
longer.
counter
Listen.
attack? Can I counter?
yeah, Jackal, you can roll for AC. Moonwind, your AC is 15. So you're looking for 15, Jackal.
I'm about to thunderclap.
That one. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's
So,
pretty good.
Jackal, as a responsible DM, I have to take control of this for a moment. And Jackal, you have this hand reach to your throat, and you can feel yourself sort of out of impulse go to sweep his leg with your foot and try to get yourself from underneath him. But when you do, his foot lifts up and you end up sweeping your other foot out from underneath you.
Do I fall, or is he still grabbing me?
You are in falling motion, and Moonwind, Jackal will fall in front of you at your feet.
I want to grab him before he hits the ground.
Okay, roll me another acrobatics.
Can I dodge his grab?
You can roll me an opposed if you would like to.
Yo, I'm about to thunderclap you guys. No wonder this
21 total.
taking so long.
21? Bro, this guy's loaded dice, bro. There's no way. What do you mean 21? Wait, what was the
16
mod?
plus
Wait, what's the
5,
mod?
dude.
Wait, no. What's the modifier?
His dexterity is pretty high. His modifier. Yeah, what is your modifier? +3.
+3 to what? Wait, what was the check?
Dexterity is
I thought I was just
+3,
rolling.
but my acrobatics.
It's acrobatics. It's an acrobatics.
Oh,
check.
you
So
didn't
it's
say
dexterity.
I thought you just said roll.
Oh yeah,
I
no.
thought you said just roll.
Opposed acrobatics check. That's gonna be dexterity.
It's
modifier.
fucked up, and I get a dirty 20, and I still lost that. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Damn. So Moonwind, you would like to catch Jackal in the process. How
Yes.
are you doing this?
Just by grabbing his forearm and then pulling him a little bit up so that he doesn't hit the ground so hard. And then I'll just like gently lay him down.
Yeah, I'm like,
I'm
what the
literally
fuck is
gonna-
wrong with you?
I'm gonna see this.
Listen-
I'm gonna
listen,
turn
mate.
around
Listen, mate.
and walk away.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I had a really bad dream.
Who gives a
I'm
fuck,
sorry,
man? You're
I'm
not
sorry.
supposed to hit me.
I wasn't sure. Okay, it was in the height. It was
Open
it
your
was the height of
eyes!
the action. I'm sorry. Do you accept my apology?
Moonwind, was it a prank?
Jackal gets up, he starts dusting
Was it a
himself
prank?
off. I walk away.
No,
Jackal walks
no,
away.
I had a very bad dream.
And Boris, what are you doing in the midst of this?
I cast Goodberry.
Hell yeah.
I'm just watching this all happen, and I'm just like doing the motion with like the little sprig of mistletoe that I have, and I'm just like trying to cast it, and I'm watching this like, fuck. And then I finally cast it, and now there's 10 berries, and I'm gonna go give Jackal one of them. It's a pity berry.
You didn't see that, right, Boris?
Hold
You
on.
didn't see that?
Another merch idea. Hold on.
And lastly, Cloud, my good sir, what are you up to?
I'm already walking in the woods. I've left. I'm gone.
You
Fuck
walked
these
out the
guys.
door.
I
Okay.
left. I'm gone. I'm walking towards Phandalin.
Sure. And Cloud, as you're sort of outside and you can see the sprawling woods in front of you, you can see the remaining sort of boars that are now using this outside area of the manse as now their newly found home. And these boars are rummaging around the grass and they're scattered across the property. And you can see one of them sort of grazing on the grass just not but 10 feet in front of you. And this boar turns towards you. And you can see its eyes sort of lock in on where you're standing. And you can see the boar begin to smile in a way that feels devious, but also in humor, looking at you. What do you do?
I keep walking, and I'm just gonna say to myself, that was fucking uncomfortable.
Okay. The rest of you, are you following Cloud in pursuit?
Yeah, I assume Falcon and I have already stepped outside as well.
On your way, yeah. And Falcon follows as
Yeah.
well, too. You guys... Yes, yeah.
I want to speak with the animals real quick.
You want it? Okay.
It's a ritual spell. I don't have to do anything. I can just use it at whim.
For sure. Go ahead and give me your spell phrase.
I don't have to. It's on whim. It's on whim. I don't have to.
Is it a cantrip?
Speak with the animals. It is on self.
Yep. Give it to me.
Speaketh thy uppeth, bitch.
I mean, rituals take 10 minutes to cast.
It does.
they?
It does take a little while. Yeah.
Yeah. But you don't use spell components. It doesn't waste a slot. That kind of thing.
Yeah.
It says its duration is 10 minutes. It says casting time 1 action.
Yeah, if you cast it as a spell, but if you ritual cast, all rituals are 10 minutes.
Then I'm not gonna do it.
Okay.
I'm gonna step by it, and I'm just like, what the fuck are you smiling at?
And you all proceed further into the woods. And as you sort of make your way into the actual wooded area of Neverwinter, you can feel the cold breeze of air sort of shimming its way between the trees and blowing gently across the leaves of them. And there's no more rain. The clouds above are dispersed. It's not quite as sunny as you would maybe want it to be this, time of year, but it's also much better than the pissing rain that you guys have had the past couple of days. And you proceed further into the woods, and as you do, you guys can start to see now that the animals have started returning to the woods. You can now see birds frolicking in the air above you. You can see foxes and other small, small rodents and animals sort of rummaging around in the ground and the moss and the grass around you, burying their holes for this season. And you also can see a deer off in the distance, kind of following alongside all of you. And this deer seems to be sort of following along your pathway, just side by side with your group. Not really stopping, but also not running in any sort of panic or trying to get away with you. It is sort of just softly gallivanting with you. And as the trees sort of cut in and out of your vision of this deer, you guys notice the deer at one point coming across a tree is gone. And you continue forth into the woods, and as you do, you guys come to a clearing, and in this clearing there is a sort of small creek of water that is running through this open area of the woods. And here you can see more deer and more boars drinking from the water of this creek. The moss grows much thicker. Excuse me. Oh, fuck. Bad DMing etiquette here. Fuck me, honey. So, hold on. Beverage. Sorry, guys. I'll cut that out in post. You guys approach the animals here at the creek, and as you do, the animals sort of seem to be unfazed by your presence. They're not running away the way that you would probably be more familiar with when coming up to a small animal in the woods. And Falcon even begins to sort of hold his hands out to some of these animals as they come by, and they come up and sniff his fingers and look for food in the palm of his hand with no avail. And they, frolic off and do their thing. But these animals here at the creek seem to be...
Can they last a minute?
What?
Can they last a minute by the creek?
Okay. All right. Okay. All right, pal. Holy shit. They seem to be in harmony with your presence here in the woods. Much to the opposition of what you would have thought just days ago with the animals here in the forest being gone. These animals are now back home. And here in this clearing, what do you all do here at the creek?
I
I'm
pull
gonna
out
look
a
at
good
every-
berry.
I'm gonna look at everybody and be like, it seems like the forest is somewhat restored after our adventures here. I'm gonna look at Moonwind and be like, I think Xanth would rather much like this quite a bit.
I'm sorry, you're gonna have to fill me in. I didn't hear the last little bit because I had to step away.
The animals here at the creek that you guys are at in the clearing are peacefully resonating with you all being here at the clearing as well. And Leon is finding it appealing for Xanth to know that the animals have returned to the woods.
And I said it to Moonwind, particularly, since you were with me when we met Xanth.
Wait. Weren't we supposed to meet up with the Zant? Dragon's Barrow, he said.
He put it on a map. Is this on our way to Phandalin?
What are you asking me, lad?
Yes, Falcon. Do you know this Dragon's Barrow?
Dragon's better. No. That's to the west. We need to go south for Phandalin.
I think we should continue south of Phandalin. They are a peril currently.
I'm sure Xanth will find his way back to the woods, knowing full well that things are okay here now. You should be okay.
He's quite a bit stronger than all of us combined. I'm not worried about that.
Him and his men. Xanth and I are good friends. I've known him and his lads for quite a while. He loves me. I tell ya.
Ah.
Oh yeah, he mentioned.
He did. Oh, my lad. I'm so glad. I love Xanth. Xanth's a great man with his people.
We also
Yes.
we met Big
He said you're
Stiffy.
quite the Egypt.
Yeah, I'm glad that he's attuned to me too. You did quite the lad. Right, then let's carry on. And Boris, Jackal, Cloud, do you all have anything you would like to do here at the creek?
Yeah, I pull out a good berry and just hold it in my hand.
Good berry locked and we'll keep that motherfucking thing on you. I see you.
No, I just want to see if one of the animals wants it.
Sure. Jackal, Cloud.
No, man, I just keep on trucking. I don't give a shit about these fucking woods.
He's a man on a
These fuck-ass
mission.
Animals. I just don't care. We gotta get back to Phandalin, and yay, animals are back. But I gotta go. I'm almost oblivious to the changes in the woods. I'm just walking.
Sure.
He's like, all right, animals noted.
Jackal.
Yeah, I kind of just follow suit. I kind of just don't care. I just want to get whatever we got done.
Sure.
You know.
So I asked two questions for you all. Who of you five, technically six with Falcon, who are of you six are sort of leading the group through the woods?
It looks like I'd assume Cloud
Cloud.
and Jackal.
Sure. Yeah.
Since
Yeah, I'm probably out in front.
the rest of us we've acknowledged what's going on and we're kind of communicating with it.
Yeah,
You
for sure. Cloud, Jackal, I ask you two, do you guys sort of continue into the thick of the woods or do you follow the creek downstream?
Does the creek follow? Does the creek head in the direction of Phandalin?
It generally aims sort of southwest a little bit. Yeah, it's kind of towards the direction. Yes.
I would probably just follow the creek then.
Sure. And Jackal, you agree?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And you all follow the creek downward, and you do with a gusto, knowing that you guys are making your way through the woods and continuing on, knowing now that you can make your way back to town, and this creek begins to split much more openly as you follow it further down. The creek begins to open more, and the water begins to rush faster. And as you guys continue walking, the deer that was following you earlier is now back alongside you all, just 10 feet to the left of your pack. And you can tell it's the same deer because it has very specific number of prongs on its horns and a very specific color of fur as it's walking by, the sort of natural tan hide that they usually have, but with a nice spread of white wrapping around the stomach area. And this deer continues to follow, and you continue to follow the creek until you notice that the woods start to come to an end, and you can see the light breaking through the last armful of trees here coming towards the edge of the woods, and the water is now rushing outward. You can hear the sound of what sounds to be a river echoing through into the forest from just beyond the woods. What do you guys do from here?
Wait, where does it echo from? What?
From just beyond the tree line here that you see, the lights are sort of cutting through between the trees. You can tell you're at the edge of the woods here. And just beyond those woods, it sounds like there is a river of some sort that the creek begins to move into.
Say we follow out into the.
Does it continue in the same direction?
Yeah. This creek now is no longer really a creek. It's quite a wide creek now, pretty all but a river, if you will. But the
Quite rigorous.
the lights peeking through between the trees are so bright from the outside tree line that it's kind of hard to see just beyond this tree line.
So what you're saying is it's not a creek anymore. It's a crick.
For sure.
I'll just continue walking along the river, heading in the same direction.
And you do, and the rest of you follow closely behind. And as you break past this last tree, if all of you can roll me perception checks, please.
Ah, shit. Time to be perceptive.
Note to self. Stop rolling with the clear dice. It's harder to
Oh!
15.
Boom!
15.
Nat 20!
DJ the nat 20, all
I
right.
also got a 15 total.
15, nat 20. Let's go to Moonwind.
17 total.
17, all right, and Boris.
22.
Sweet. You guys are coming towards the very last tree at the end of this forest line, and as you do, you notice almost immediately that the stamping hooves of the deer are now gone again. And you turn, all of you sort of simultaneously, all unspokenly recognizing that this deer has been following you. You all turn to your left and see this deer sort of stopped and staring towards all of you. And as it sort of turns away to begin frolicking off, it leaps behind a tree in which it no longer is on the other side of that tree. It seems to jump behind the tree and disappears entirely. Leon, yes.
Can I do some sort of check to see if I know anything of somewhat entity or presence of the wood, being elvish?
You can
What
roll.
was that?
You can roll a history check. I'll let you roll a history
Okay.
check.
I got a 17 plus 3, dirty 20.
Dirty 20. You know that these woods were once upon a time a place that elves once lived. And they lived here in quite peaceful times. Unfortunately, during the times of the Dwarven Wars and the Dwarven pillaging, the orcs had sort of made their way into the forests long, long ago, when Phandalin was just a Dwarven castle on a hill. Unfortunately, those orcs had driven out the elves from this woods, but that's really all you much know of in terms of the history of the elves here.
Okay. Do I have any knowledge of any spirits or anything?
I mean, you have knowledge of spirits, but none necessarily that are specific to this wood.
Okay.
And you all sort of, unless some of you have any further questions from there, I see Boris champing at the bit here.
I want to go and see if I can find tracks from this deer behind that tree.
I'm also
Absolutely.
intrigued.
Absolutely.
I will
You
follow
want to join
Boris, but but I will keep a decent distance. Like we'll say like 12 foot, 15 foot. Like I'll give him room to do his thing.
Okay. Boris, go ahead and roll me a survival check, please.
I got 20 total.
20 total, okay. You approach where you notice the deer was standing, and as you do, you look down into the small brush and moss and grass that was splayed out just near this tree that you saw this deer disappear. And when you do, you notice there are no tracks that are of deer shape, but instead the tracks look like the large tracks of some kind of bird or chicken, maybe some sort of domesticated bird of some kind. But these tracks are quite large compared to the usual bird. This is a 3-foot wide track with talons at the tips, very obviously buried into the mud and dirt. Quite a large bird, if this is.
Are they griffin tracks?
No, they are not griffin tracks. They do not quite have the shape and ferocity that a griffin would need in order to hold itself up.
When I peer through the bush, am I just like...
Yeah, if that's what you like, yeah. With your magnifying glass, like...
It's like Brendan Fraser's Tarzan, pretty much. Like, I'm just kind of looking at this. This is very confusing to me. I don't think I know of anything that would do something like that could change its tracks, I guess.
Sure.
I'm gonna point it out to you. Do I see Leon behind me?
You can see Leon, the good 10 feet behind you, yes, sort of looking over towards you.
Hey, come, look at this.
What you want me to look at?
I'll show him the tracks. I'll point out the tracks. It's like, that was from the deer. What are those?
Can I roll to investigate these tracks?
That depends. What are you trying to look for?
To see if I can notice what this may be.
So it would have
Or get an idea.
That would have to be a survival check.
Okay. I'm gonna roll.
Okay.
I only got an 18 total.
Okay. To you, it also just looks like a giant bird claw. You can't quite make out what kind of bird, but you've seen enough birds in your lifetime to know what a bird foot looks like. And this just seems to be that on crack.
And I see the deer tracks to the bird tracks, right? I see those.
Well, there are no deer tracks.
I thought there was a deer here. This is interesting. What could this be?
And now I move.
Well, I guess I just Eldritch Blast the tracks and we move on. I'm kidding. Totally kidding.
I move to Cloud, Jackal, and Moonwind. How are you three engaging with this? Moonwind, your hand is up. Go ahead.
Immediately, I'm just like, that was fucking weird. And just keep walking.
Okay.
I'll kind of peer at the tracks, and I guess I'll also see if I know what they are.
Yeah, go ahead. Roll a survival check, please.
Nat 20.
If I'm walking off and notice that no one's following me, I'm just gonna sit like at the edge of the tree line, like just kind of like keeping a lookout.
Okay.
Does anybody have a child's leash for this man?
Before I get to you, Cloud, Jackal, what about you?
I also want to like that kind of weirds me out, so I think Jackal's gonna try to examine the tracks a little bit.
Would you like to do a survival check as well?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead.
All right, brother. Oh, no shot. Wait, do I have the loaded dice? I have nat 20.
Okay,
Nat 20.
Is it loaded in the opposite direction? Do you get another nat 1, dude? Jesus, bro.
No.
Cool.
Nat
Yeah,
20.
sweet. Cloud and Jackal, you to approach the track. And when you do, you both have no like firm, complete idea of what exact creature this is. But it is without a doubt the largest chicken footprint you have ever seen.
Shit.
Who's hungry?
I guess I'll look at Jackal and be like, giant chicken?
Yeah, looks like the would make chicken. But chickens aren't that big. You ever seen a chicken that big?
Hell no, man.
In
This is
all
the
of my
footprint of a
years-
giant chicken, y'all.
In all of my years of hunting, I've not once
Do I hear
See.
this?
a giant chicken.
Moonwind, yeah, you
mean-
do see this. You see them interacting with it, for sure.
Maybe
Yeah.
it's
But
it's
do
not
I
a
hear
giant
their
chicken.
conversation from over in the tree line?
Like we're all arguing this minute. Like Jack is like, well, okay, what if it's not a chicken? It just has chicken legs or chicken feet.
And I hear this.
Yes, Moonwind, yes.
Okay. Do I potentially, in my backstory, have any idea what this could be?
Is this
Would you,
brother?
would you like to roll a survival check as well?
Is if that's what the DM calls for?
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
we got nat 20s and we still don't know exactly what this fucking thing is.
I'm gonna look at Jackal as like Moonwind's doing this thing, and I was like, you know how over at the Waffle Manor they have the giant chicken buck? Do you think this is where they get this from?
No, this
Like,
Yeah, it's a.
no,
I got
this
I got 13.
this is at KFC. I know it for sure.
Is it just one track, or does the set of tracks continue onward?
They continue directly in the direction that the deer had gone. But behind that tree, the tracks do disappear.
Ooh.
Well, that's
I
interesting.
guess I would like
give
to.
up
I
yet?
want to follow the same path that the footprints take.
Sure.
Well, Falcon, you wouldn't happen to know what this could be, do you?
the #1 large chicken and waffles combo at Interplanar House of Pancakes.
Is it just a regular tree? As I pass by it.
As you walk behind the tree, yes, you move around to the other side and you still see your comrades here. You still see the woods. You still see the light, the creek. You can still hear the river just beyond the trees. Nothing of any difference whatsoever.
I'll just kind of like peer. I'll like as I've walked around the other side of the tree. I'll like peer around the one side and shrug.
Yeah.
Boris shrugs too. He's
And you all continue on towards the tree line.
Yeah, I guess I'll just
Yeah.
kind of start making my way back towards the creek or river or whatever, what have you, and following that again.
Yeah, the criver. And you all just sort of turn and follow suit with Cloud. And as you all break this tree line and the lights begin to sort of no longer glow as brightly as they were, you come out into the clearing, and here as you come and walk outward from the edge of this tree, you all see a cliff And at the edge of this cliff, you can hear not just the running of water falling down the edge of this cliff into the bottom of wherever this cliff is landing, but no, you hear waves crashing against rock. And you hear the falling of water to be almost literally a waterfall collapsing into these ocean waves. And as you sort of step forward, you all in a line can peer over the edge and see what seems to be an endless ocean in front of you.
This must be the Sword Coast.
we going the
are we
wrong
like
way?
are we like on a cliffside?
You are on a cliffside, yes.
How far down is it?
Quite far. Maybe 100 feet down.
Ooh.
Okay.
Where the fuck did
I
we go
guess-
wrong?
What direction does the cliffside run?
Can we tell what's north and south?
Yeah. Are we lost?
You can't really tell. Could all of you roll me survival checks, please?
Again? Mate, what, mate?
21 total.
Jesus, 7.
Ooh, 4. Give me a 4.
Okay.
19 total.
Give me a 4.
Boris?
18. Oh wait, no, sorry, 10, but still not good.
Sure.
It's all right. Enough of us, I think, succeeded.
Boris and Moonwind, you two both start to sort of look up towards the sun to try to see if you can kind of get a placement of where you are looking directionally speaking. And you notice that the sun seems to be in this very strange, perfectly right above you position. It is not leaning east, it is not leaning west, it is perfectly spot above all of you.
I did roll a 21.
Anyone?
Say, Boris, has the sun moved since we started this journey?
I don't know.
And Leon, you, as you're sort of beaming around to find a direction of something, I want you to please roll me a perception check.
I got a 19 total on that one.
19 total. Leon, you suddenly realize that the sun is directly up. You can't tell quite exactly what direction you're facing, but more importantly, you notice there is no wind blowing anymore.
I'd like to cast Detect Magic.
Absolutely.
Detecto Magico.
I fucking knew it. I fucking knew he was gonna do that. Jesus Christ, dude. I don't know if we need to like buy you like one of those like spell like card decks or whatever for you to keep with you. But
here's the thing. I actually spent the time and like wrote down everything and came up with like stuff for it, and I can't find that journal. I can't find it
fucking
ever since I moved.
cut up some new ones, brother. You know what I mean? Like cut up some new ones.
It was so good.
It was good.
so
I know. You can
like,
make new ones. It's okay.
Dude, I like went through. I looked up like the I looked up Sumerian words, and I like looked up like Latin words, and I was combining them and all that stuff for like all the spells. It was sick.
You can can do it again, or you can keep doing Detecto Magico, brother. Like what you've decided.
Listen,
which way you
I'm
want to
here
go.
for the party, brother. Okay. Anyways, I'm gonna cast Detect Magic. I'm trying to figure out what the fuck is going on.
And Leon, as you do, you feel this sort of overwhelming sense of not danger, but something seeming to feel you as prey amongst around you. There is some sort of magic that is so powerful, so gusted around all of you that you can't even quite tell what it is. This is beyond anything you have ever experienced before.
I'm going to look at everybody, and I'm just going to say, something is hunting us.
I hate these goddamn woods.
We're not in our own reality right now. We're somewhere else.
Well, I mean, something is obviously afoot when we were walking south, and now we are an undesignated amount of miles to the west, looking at a cliff that we were nowhere near. We would have all smelled the ocean before we were walking towards it.
I don't understand.
Do you know anything that could have done this to us in this woods?
Hey,
Falcon,
you hear that?
we're looking at you.
I don't fucking know anything about that. I've got no idea about any creature that can do something like this. This is... I mean, if this is... listen, lads. The Sword Coast isn't anywhere near the Neverwinter Woods. I don't know where the fucking bloody hell we are right now.
Well, this is what we need to do. Everybody needs to be on that guard and be ready.
Boris, go ahead.
Are we standing on rock or are we on grass and dirt?
Grass and dirt.
I want to pick some of it up and look at it and see if it's the same as like outside of the Neverwinter Woods.
Absolutely, yeah. Go ahead and roll me another survival check, please.
That is 20.
Natty or dirty?
12 plus 8.
Sweet. And Boris, you go to pick up this small pinch of grass, and as you sort of pull it out of the ground, you hold your hand open in front of you, and what you thought was grass that you just picked up from green blades now turns into 4 worms in your hand.
Do we see
I
this?
see this happen?
You all see it, yes.
Oh, what the
I'm about
fuck?
to burn this fucking forest to the
I'm gonna
ground.
grab a fistful of grass and see if it does the same.
And Cloud, when you pick up the grass in your hand now, instead of blades of green to worms, now turns into sand and falls between your fingers and fur.
What the hell is this place?
Is there anything within the 30-foot radius that I can detect within? Is there anything that's trying to conceal itself?
No, the magic that is casted around all of you right now is a blanket of power.
Mother, I'm all over this.
I'm going to close my eyes and focus and see if I can find any portals.
Sure. Let's have you roll for this. Let me see here. Trying to think of the best way to have you go about this.
I mean, I just know where they are, if there's any.
Yeah, you do know where they are, yeah. So
Yeah, I detect the distance and direction to the closest planar portal within 1 mile.
sure. You don't notice any portals where you are at all.
What's Falcon's reaction to this? I'm curious.
Yeah.
Falcon is sort of stooped down on one knee, sort of trying to after seeing what he saw happen in your hands and in Cloud's hands, he is now kind of peering over the edge of the plateau, looking at the ocean below. And Falcon, when he does, he notices that as he looks to the left and he looks to the right, the plateau seems to move along endlessly on each side. And he turns and he says, "Something's very wrong here, lads."
I want to look over at Leon and kind of I'm over it. Like this shit. I have like hands on my hips. I look over at Leon. I'm like, so tell me, how much you want to bet it's Ormith?
I don't think this one's Ormith.
I
No?
would like to pick up another handful of whatever the fuck it's going to decide it's going to be and toss it off of the cliff.
Sure.
I'm going to finish what I was saying to
Sure.
Moonwind.
Sure. Yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say, I don't think it's Ormith. I don't feel a powerful magic source. I feel the sense of being preyed upon.
What the fuck could this be? All right, let's see
Creature.
what happens with
In Cloud, you pick up this small mound of grass, and as you open your hand again, you now see 4 small stones, all different shapes and colors, and you throw these rocks off the edge of the line here, the plateau, and when you do, these rocks, as they fall, begin to turn into bubbles as they wade out into the air and float above the ocean.
In the threat of looming danger, I'm gonna cast False Life on myself. I rolled 2d4 plus 4,
Sure.
so I got 10 temporary life on top of my 35.
What's your false life spell phrase if it needs one? I don't remember if that one needs
False life.
needs a phrase or not.
It is verbal, yes.
All right.
Falsi.
I like him, I get sir. And you feel this sort of strange sort of shift in your stomach kind of flip upside down as this brightened energy releases within you. And Jackal, could you please roll me a perception check?
Ooh, I haven't even said anything. Perception, that is 18 total. 18.
And Jackal, as the rest of the group sort of scrambles and is in awe of these bubbles that just produced from these rocks, you can hear the echoed chiming sound of what seems to be hammer on steel. Ting, 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 coming from the woods just behind all of you. And when you turn to look towards where the sound is coming from, the trees are no longer there. And as the tinging of hammer on steel continues on, ting, you can now see a casted mountain in front of you. And you are at the base of this mountain. The rest of you turn with Jackal, and you all now see this mountain as well. Jackal, do you tell them about what you're hearing?
Is anyone else hearing that fucking clanging sound?
Do I hear it?
If everybody can roll me perception checks, please.
I only got a 13.
7.
Boris.
12.
12, okay, Boris.
That's okay. I'll heal for everybody. I got a nat 20. That's a 26.
Nat 20. Boris, you can sort of kind of hear not the tinging of steel. You hear voices that are calling seemingly from the mountain. And these voices are swooping from what seems to be the top of this mountain, clearing its way across the grass down to all of you. But these voices are not calling upon you. They are calling upon Emerald. And they repeat the name. Emerald.
Who's Emerald?
Fuck. Talking about me.
You?
Huh?
You're Jackal.
You're named after a
Yeah, it's just a nickname.
What?
What is it that you're not telling us?
Huh?
I told you. It's my nickname. It's what they
I'm
call
gonna
me.
cast detect thoughts on
Wait a
him.
minute.
I'm casting detect thoughts on him.
Okay. Sure. Yeah, no, we can do that. Hold on, let me check one thing here.
Actually, yeah, I got to see if I need anything. I need 1 copper piece. I only have gold right now.
Oh, yeah, you do. You
I can't do
can, if you would like to, for the same or
Wait,
similar
wait,
result.
wait. I have 3 copper pieces.
Well, hold on. He isn't telling you I'm gonna detect his thoughts. He's gotta clamor with us on his own here for a
Oh,
second.
true.
You can roll an insight check.
Okay. I will do so.
Okay.
$15 total.
And Leon, what exactly are you trying to detain from Jackal here?
I'm trying to see if he's hiding something from us.
Jackal, I'm going to let you decide if you would like to roll a deception check. If you would like to do that, you can. Otherwise, I will let you play this how you'd like to play out.
Like, Jackal doesn't think it's a big deal. Like, no one ever asked him his name. Like, his true name.
Sure, yeah.
Gave him a nickname.
So how would you like to convey that to them?
I don't know. I literally just said it. It's like, it's a nickname.
Sure. And Jackal, as you sort of shrug this off, you hear the tinging, echoing, now ever closer and more aggressive than it was. Ting, 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 ting.
Jackal, you need to tell us what's going on right now.
You think I got something to do this fucking shit, man? You hear that? You see what the fucking thing?
It
You
said
think I
your
did
name.
some fucking hand motions that made this fucking thing possible? I just got freaking embarrassed by freaking Moonwind over here. I try to wake him up. He put me in a fucking chokehold. You think I can do all this?
Sorry.
It's not that I don't trust you, Jackal. It's that.
Oh,
we
it sounds
need to
like you're
know.
not trusting me. That's what it sounds
just-
like. It's like, I don't care what your reply is. What it sounds like. You're not
Jackal,
trusting.
Jackal, calm down.
Oh, now you're telling me to calm down. You hear that fucking metal clanging sound? Are we not gonna deal with that first? They just called my
There was the
fucking
whole thing
name.
about the voice changing.
Boris, your hand is up.
Can I make an inside check and I just want to see if Jackal is just deflecting, and this is just a character flaw of his at this point.
Sure, yeah. Go ahead and roll an insight check for sure.
I got a 20 total.
Total. Jackal is very obviously frustrated, but he is not being deceptive. To him, this does actually just feel unimportant comparatively to what it is that's happening right now.
All right. Gentlemen, let's go investigate this mountain before it turns into whatever the fuck else.
Thank God. See, someone has some sense. This is why me and Boris are like this.
Stop. Just stop. Between you and that fucking mountain.
And Cloud, you sort of, I'm assuming, scoff your way towards everything happening here, as one Cloud usually does. And as you sort of step forward just next to Jackal, you all see a gust of fog begin to move down from the mountain and gust across all of you, covering your entire sight in cloud and fog and mist, obstructing your vision any further than just 10 feet in front of you. You can see your comrades, your party members here beside you, but you cannot see anything further from that. And the tinging sound of steel continues on, Jackal, in your ears.
Are we all seeing this fog?
You all are seeing it.
Well, this is
Blue
just
man.
fucking grand.
Do your win thing.
I'll give it a try.
Yeah.
DM.
Yeah, go ahead if you'd like to. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'd like to attempt to see if I can manipulate the air around us to kind of dissipate this
Sure.
obstruction.
What are you using to do this? Are you trying to just see if you can use your sort of innate abilities to do this? How are you thinking?
Yes, my innate like air genasi ability. I don't know. Would that be like athletics or acrobatics?
No. You're able to kind of just swing this as it is. You're manipulating air, brother. It's not that challenging. How does this look, Moonwind? How are you doing this?
In this scenario, I want to are we all like horizontal in placement, like walking through
Sure,
this?
maybe a little
Like,
scattered, like a couple of
Kinda-
you
kinda
behind
scattered?
the others, but yeah.
Okay, I'd say if I'm seeing this correctly, I'd probably be like middling of the group or whatever. So I want to like kind of like reach my arms out wide, in an attempt to kind of like in like a grabbing motion with my arms, and then pushing up to try and just like kind of like swoop it and dissipate kind
And
of deal.
Moonwind, when you do, your hands come to a close and aim upwards towards the sky. And as you do, you can feel this small gust of wind reach around your arms and up through your hands, but outwards from the palms of your hands is not air or wind or cloud. It is butterflies.
What the fuck?
Don't touch it. You might disrupt the multiverse.
Cloud, Jackal, Boris, what do you three do seeing the butterfly presentation here in front of you?
Well,
I'm
it's
just
clear magic
more and more
doesn't work the
confused.
way it's supposed to, or anything doesn't work the way it's supposed to here. For that fucking matter.
Can I just test an Eldritch
Damn
Blast?
right.
1 second. Jackal, your hand.
I see that. I want Jackal's gonna take a dagger out and just kind of like prick his hand and see if he bleeds.
Absolutely. Jackal, you prick your finger And when you do, instead of blood, it is a dark green sort of ooze dropping down your finger.
We're asleep.
And Leon, you hold your hand out and shoot out your blast, and when the bright purple begins to leave your hand, the purple no longer becomes purple. It is now the falling sands coming from the palms of your hand, dribbling to the floor.
I don't know what's more embarrassing, whiskey dick or that.
I want to take out my little sprig with the good berries. What's on it? Just like fucking gnome testicles or some shit. Like,
Boris, you pull out your good berry branch, and there, where there once was 3-4 good berries, you now see berries, but not the same berries you usually have. These are spiked berries with small, deep red spots cluttered around their sort of cherry red skin.
I'm gonna look at everybody. I believe we're really sleeping right now, and we're not awake.
I want to smack myself.
That's the case. When did we fall asleep? Did we even leave the manse? Or did we fall asleep somewhere in the middle of the damn woods?
I choose to disbelieve.
Oh? Okay,
This
explain.
is not real.
And
Where we are right now is not real. These are not our real bodies.
And Jackal, you hear the tinging sound begin to echo further down this mountain, and as these tinging sounds begin to cling and echo and call, the voices begin to get louder, and the tinging begins to spring even further upon you. You can feel the wind and the fog around all of you begin to sort of shift to a much deeper coldness than it was before. And Jackal, you hear ting, 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 and then the sound of thunder lashes across the sky. And Jackal, you see nothing but white for a moment, until it is now covered in blue. And the same hand you saw reach out to you back in the manse when you inserted your dagger into the heart of Gredok, you see this hand once more reach out to you with the blast of thunder in front of it. Jackal, what do you do?
I reach out for the hand. I say, screw it. Reach out for the hand.
My man.
Yeah.
And Jackal, you reach out towards this hand, and when you do, the hand grips across your palm, and you can feel yourself tugged forward. And as Jackal begins to fall forward, the rest of you all fall forward in a moment that feels completely out of your control. You fall into the floor, and next thing you know, all of you are sinking into blue cerulean water.
Is Simple and Clean about to start playing?
Yes. And as you sink slowly, unable to control your limbs, your body, your eyes, you feel yourself sink faster and faster as the water rushes across your face. Your eyes close. And when they open, the sound of tinging steel against hammer is now gone, and the sound of voices is no longer here. You all are now standing in front of a beautiful marble white and gold room brimming with pillars and beautiful gold statues. And here in front of you sits a massive throne, not any smaller than maybe 50 feet high in front of you. And in this throne, an even larger man sat upon the seat. This man is covered in a hood and has this large beard running down the front of his body. His boots, bigger than a house, sit in front of all of you as he towers amongst all of you. You hear the voice of another man and footsteps approach. The man says, "Oh, my apologies. I don't think this is quite fitting for an introduction." And the man, you hear a snap. And the large, towering man in the throne begins to shrink and warp himself in fog and wind and thunder and lightning. And as the lightning crashes, his body, now the same size as yours alongside the throne he sat on, now sits before you. And the other man that you had heard steps out from behind the throne. And this man has shoulder-length, beautiful curly blonde hair, a chiseled jaw with not a single cut or scar or mark upon his skin. He's wearing what looks to be a long white cloth wrapped around his body. And as he steps out from behind the throne, two large wings spread out from behind him in pearl white.
Are they feathered?
They are feathered. And he steps towards you and he says, "My apologies. My comrade, my affiliate here, does not know manners, so to speak. Not with humans, of course."
I'm gonna look at the ground and I'm just gonna be like, I fucked up.
And the man seated in the throne sort of gleams and glimmers towards Jackal. And his mustache and beard begin to separate, and he says, "You boy, come closer."
What's Jackal? When did Jackal get main character energy?
I look at him and I look back. And I'm like, why?
Because I know you.
I take one hesitant step. Yeah? Why don't you break that down for me then?
Can I reach into my mind of minds and see if he is a recognizable god or deity?
Do you have a mind palace?
Yes.
You all can roll history checks if you would like to.
I got a 22 total. 20!
A nat 20?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right. Jackal, Boris, Cloud.
I got 15.
15. Sorry, Cloud, what was that?
1.
1, okay. And Jackal?
Damn. Oh, I gotta roll too.
Yeah. You can do a history check as well.
We're just like, this is a godlike creature, and Cloud's like, that's a man in a chair.
You said history?
Now man small.
That's a dude.
Yeah.
I got 18 total.
Sweet. All of you but Cloud, obviously, who quite fittingly doesn't quite care. You all understand that the man with the golden hair looks very familiar to the statue back in the manse. And if you remember correctly, Falcon had mentioned that the statue was of the god Lathander. The man in the throne seems to be the only man that can be as properly described as Talos himself. And Moonwind, your hand is up.
Fucking say it.
So knowing this, knowing that he's Talos, after everything we've been through, even though I'm trying to be like, I'm playing this politically right now. This is how I'm approaching it. I'm gonna go up to him and give him a handshake, but activate Shocking Grasp and present it to him.
And Talos will look at your hand, and he will sort of just scoff in your direction.
Ernell.
And he looks at you, and as your hand drops, he says, "Your kind are an embarrassment to me." And he turns back towards Jackal. And he says,
I'm going... Oh, sorry.
He says, "The only reason I'm not killing every single one of you puny mortal men is because of this fucking sword behind me." And Lathander, who is sort of whimsically cross-armed behind him, looking up at the sky, unbothered, looks back towards Talos and he says, "You did this, not me." And Talos looks back at Jackal and says, "You accepted my offer."
What offer
So
did
was
you
you.
accept?
Yeah, I'd shake a couple hands. So, oh great Talos, says like mockingly.
A bunch of godlike bellends, more like it.
Hey,
Oh, sorry. A bunch of godlike bellends, more like it.
And Talos's
Forgive-
eyes begin to fill with lightning as he looks and peers towards Cloud.
Zap me or send me home. I don't give a shite which. But either way, you're wasting time.
he's got some balls, huh? Well, let's so could you tell me how we did the hand thing? What offer did I accept? What was the terms in the agreement? I didn't get to read the terms and conditions.
Well, we didn't come to a full agreement, but you made it quite easy to stay connected with you. And Lathander will sort of step forward and put his hand on Talos' shoulder. And Lathander will say, "Yes, well, needless to say, we have been watching all of you do what you do best. That is, of course, helping the wonderful people of Faerun. And even though I greatly appreciate it, unfortunately, not friend, but this man here is not quite as enthusiastic about your help as some of the rest of us would say we are."
Well, yes, because his followers have been massacring people all across Phandalin.
Well, I would assume that, but are you not concerned about Ormith? I mean, is he in the picture at all?
And Talos, in one hand, raises it up, and you hear a chung, and a hammer the same height as him appears, and he slams the end of the hammer's handle into the ground, and you can see this large branching lightning blue streak crack across the floor and then slowly fade away. And Talos says in a booming voice, Ormith is the exact fucking reason you are all here.
Yes, he is threatening to destroy Phandalin and is using the orcs who bear the markings of Talos to do so.
Ooh, I want to ask a question.
Yes, Boris.
I'm going to ask in Celestial.
Ooh, he has
is,
those.
is Ormith a false prophet?
And Talos and Lathander both actually look towards you, and in a sort of shocked expression on their faces, Lathander says, No, he's not quite that. He is, how would you put it? And Talos says,
Asshole!
a problem.
An asshole.
Do they say that in Celestial or do they say that in regular voice?
They say that in regular voice.
Common. Okay, I'm gonna look the fuck at Boris. I'll be like, what the fuck?
And Lathander will sort of step forward and he'll say, yes, you see, Ormith, obviously you know him. We know him as well, quite well. Talos seems to know him very well. Mostly because, well, he's pissed with Ormith. I'm sure he can explain that. And Moonwind, your hand was up.
You know anything about a relic that would send him home?
And Lathander says, yes, we'll get there, I promise. And Talos sort of steps forward and he says, Ormith is a pain in my side. And he lifts his hand and the hammer fades into small balls of blue and dusts off into the wind, and he says, Ormith has been utilizing my followers for his own gain. And they are mine, not his.
He's not upset that he's doing evil, just that he's not doing his evil. Got it.
And you're fucking right I am. Ormith took all of them, and he is creating...
It sounds like you're jealous of him!
And Lathander, kind of standing to the side, kind of covers his mouth with a small grin underneath it.
I shall speed it.
I really just want to like have this moment where I just like slide up next to Lathander with like a whatever the equivalent of popcorn would be, and just be like,
Caltrops.
"You want some?
Some good berries."
And Lathander, covering his mouth, puts his hand down and says, "Right, I understand that he makes it quite easy to poke fun at him, but he's not necessarily wrong. There is a great unbalance in Faerun now, and, well, needless to say, us gods are concerned."
How are us as mortals, as you have put it, and just mere puny mortals, supposed to deal with this being from another plane who also has a dragon at his disposal, as well as a ball of Talos?
Right, I second that, because before all this happened, I was just running around, just performing for Copper, or whatever they would divvy up.
Moonwind. Let's get some
It just doesn't make any sense.
And from behind the throne, another voice begins to peak, and you hear another man call out from behind the chair, and he says, "We cannot fight Ormith ourselves. We are responsible for all of Faerun and do not have time for silly beings like Ormith, like any of you. And the voice culminates out from behind the chair to a large man with a sort of tidied beard, but one large scar across his eye, and in the front of him, what looks to be a large brown coat. And he steps forward towards all of you, and Lathander says, "Oh, Morpheus, you're here. Welcome in." And the man steps closer and he says, "We have been dealing with Ormith for quite a while. Ormith has been in Faerun for many moons, and Talos, albeit a fool, is upset because Ormith has taken control of all of his cults, all of his followers, all of his anchorites, and now a boar demigod. I believe that to be your problem, not necessarily ours."
Well, then why are we here?
We already know it's our problem.
You want us to take care of Ormith. I believe that you brought us here not just to tell us this. I believe you brought us here with hopefully a solution to this matter.
And
Goddamn reward.
Talos sort of scoffs a little bit and he crosses his arms and he says, "Well, I might have some information, but I don't know if you cunts are worthy of it." And Lathander sort of puts his arm in front of Talos and he says, "Don't be so heist. It's okay. It's okay."
You can understand why we're frustrated, being the mortal beings that we are, having to deal with what we've dealt with.
Jackal.
So, this is twice you've helped me now, or helped us. What is it do we need to do? What are you bringing us here for? What's this all about?
And Morpheus sort of peers over towards Jackal and he says, "Well, that is a good question. And we are here to help along the way, but only in terms of helping enough to be rid of Ormith without getting our own hands dirty." And Lathander, sort of leaning against Talos now, says, "Yes, so we know and we understand that you all are looking for a relic in Phandalin, am I correct?"
Yes.
It's
Yep,
Yes.
that's the one.
And I'm going to go ahead and tell you now, it doesn't exist there. Unfortunately, it is not in Phandalin.
we kind of hypothesized that could be the case.
Right,
Why would Ormith send us there?
well, because Ormith thinks it is in Phandalin.
Do you have
Why
a
can't he
way-
get it himself?
That's a good question, and not one that we really know how to answer yet, my friend, unfortunately. And Morpheus, sort of peering off to the right towards Lathander, looks back towards all of you, and he says, "Ormith doesn't really have much of a clue of anything that he's really doing, but we've been able to play our cards in a way that allows us to stave off what he could potentially do to Faerun long enough to potentially find some boots on the ground to help us against him."
Do
What
you have
exactly
any
is it you need us to
tools
do?
or
One at a time now. Leon, go ahead.
do you have any tools or ways to help us find this relic? Or
And
ways that we could fight Ormith?
Talos with his arms crossed, now opens them up and puts them on his hips, and he says, I can't stand on recommending this. And Morpheus kind of eye rolls his way away from Talos, and he says, well, yes, you have to find all the anchorites, all of Talos's little pawn boys, they're out there. You have to find them, end them, and they will reveal to you where these relics are.
So from what I'm getting, Jackal here stabbed a heart inside of a tree, and that killed an anchorite. Are all the hearts going to be within these trees with idols on them that we saw back at the manse? Is this a normal occurrence? And do you happen to know the locations of these hearts?
And Talos says, not always trees. They come in many platforms. I'm not, picky about my ritual sacrifices. And Lathander...
May that be quite apparent, is what I'm going to say back to him.
Lathander sort of eye rolls his way away from Talos as well. And Moonwind, your hand was up for a second.
No, I had just asked at the same time, pretty much, but kind of we were getting to the same thing. I was just going to ask what exactly is it they want us to do.
And Morpheus sort of looks back towards all of you and he says, well, let's cut to the chase. We need you all to get the artifacts and bring them back to us.
What?
There's a lot of people have been wanting us to do a lot. And what are you going to do for us if we do this? Are you going to get rid of Ormith yourselves? Or are you going to tell us that we have to go on another quest in order to get rid of Ormith?
Is there any way you could keep him at bay or something?
We need to protect Phandalin. He's only given us 3 days' time. 7 days' time.
And
how is it we're supposed?
Lathander says, are you really asking gods what we can do for you?
I'm going to scoff a little bit. Knowing what I did. Yes, I haven't seen much intervention.
And Lathander sort of smiles very big and this sort of very pretty grin across his face. And he says, I'm a loving, caring god, but I can't necessarily say the same for the big man here. As he points towards Talos, and Talos says, you're asking the wrong questions. You need to ask what we can do if you don't help us.
Is that a threat?
I am so tired of everybody wanting to kill me.
And he says, you're bloody damn right it is.
I'm just gonna fucking stare right into his eyes, unfazed.
Moonwind.
I'm gonna look over at Talos. Listen here, big man. You want us to take out these anchorites? Give us the power to take out the anchorites.
And they all sort of look back and forth at each other, and Lathander says, well, go on, you already had the plan here. And Talos says, fine. And he will hold out his hand towards Jackal.
All right. Can't hurt the third time.
And as you clasp into the hands of Talos,
Dap him up.
you predator dap.
Yeah.
That was the ting the entire time was your hands clasped.
I got Super Monkey Ball in the GameCube. I knew I liked you for a reason.
The thing we hear is just God's
just
dapping. the whole
You're
time.
just dapping it up, bro. As your hand meets into Talos's, you feel this surge of electricity shoot through your body up from your arm, and you can feel the surge make its way into your torso. You feel your legs almost give out from underneath you, Jackal, but before you can fall, Talos, you feel him sort of holding you up.
Oh shit.
And there, as he lets go, you feel your hand close, and your hand closes on the handle of a small dagger. And this dagger warped around electricity that is now shooting across and around your hand. This jagged blade in the shape of a lightning bolt is in your hand. And Talos says, you can use that to destroy the hearts. If you destroy the hearts, you will end the Anchorites.
How many hearts are there?
There are 3 left.
Yeah, I basically just I keep holding on. I look at it, I inspect it. I'm like, not bad craftsmanship.
Can you, God of Gods, imprint the locations of these hearts in our minds?
And Lathander sort of looks over at Talos and he says, unfortunately, we're not that good.
I thought you were all powerful.
Okay, all right, mate. You don't need to do that. And Boris, your hand.
Can I take out that map that's got the 3 locations on it and just be like, with those little, like the landmarks, or like,
Yeah.
what does that say?
And
Is this important?
Talos will look closely at the map and he'll say, smells like Ormith, but yes, I know the bolt symbols. Those are my symbols. That must be where he is keeping the Anchorites.
Sounds like we need to go kill the Anchorites before we go back to Phandalin. I think it's the only way we can do this in 7 days' time.
Great, more time in these freaking woods.
One of them's on the coast.
And Morpheus says, listen, you have a great responsibility that we're giving to you. And I understand that we're asking much, but Faerun needs you, and Ormith is not going to stop because we're there.
Then I suggest you let us get to killing some Anchorites.
And Lathander looks over towards Cloud and he says, the cat does have a point. Well,
Can you drop us out of this, whatever the hell this is, at least nearby one, or are we going to show up where we were before?
good question, large cat. I appreciate your candor. Gentlemen, I bid you adieu, and we give our thanks from here. Also, beware. Talos is only working with you here because he's not happy about his cult, okay? Let's just be very clear and transparent here. He's not a good guy.
Well, the enemy of my enemy is
That's
my
what we
friend,
know.
so I guess we're friends. We're all friends, right? Right, guys? We're all friends.
And Talos turns and he sits back in his throne with large, as he grunts and lays himself back. You see Morpheus step forward one last time, and he says, "One last piece of advice for you. You might want to look deeper than just the artifacts." And Lathander says, "Ciao then."
What does that mean?
And all of you fall into the floor, into a spiral darkness, and the cold rushing air blowing across your fronts come to a small close as each of you now awake back within the manse. And the cold cobblestone blocks the whistling wind that was once blowing through. You all now sit up and look all towards each other, as if you all shared this strange dream that just occurred, that you just sort of felt beyond you. And Jackal, when you look down, you see the lightning-shaped dagger there on your lap.
Take it. I like shine it to the sun or whatever, you know, like see this thing looks nice. I'm just admiring it. Shing.
Sparkle, sparkle.
Yeah. Well, seems like I'm God's favorite.
An evil god's favorite.
Hey, have you got any God's favors? I don't think so.
I don't want any god's favors.
I sheathe the dagger
Trust.
in. I'm like, time to get some anchorites, boys.
Trust me, you don't want to make any pacts with the god.
And you
Gotta have
all...
no choice in this one.
Son of a bitch, we walked through all those woods for nothing!
You all step
I got my
out
step in.
through the front doors of the manse to see the boars there grazing upon the grass. And Cloud, as you step forward, a boar there not but 10 feet in front of you peers up towards you and smiles.
Eat shit, Talos.
And that will be the end of our session, gentlemen. Thank you very much for this very, very fun one. And thank all of you guys at home for being a part of it. As always,
Yay.
we will be back for another episode next week, and it'll be a good time. Yeah, we're excited to get back to it. So without any further ado, be good to each other.
I got a dagger.
Yay.
Yay!